From Acme Bowl in Tukwila, we're here for the title match of today's JBT event. 1 versus 2 seed in the handicap division as Nick Bruketta is taking on Jacob Grimes. This is Grimes. He's shooting with the strike up in the 5th frame. Yeah, make that a double. He's getting 3 pins of handicap as well. But he trails right now to Bruketta, who has had a career day. He's led all 8 games. He did most of his damage in the first 3. After the first 3, it looked for darn sure like he was going to set the 5-game record. He didn't, but still completely dominated this event, looking to win his 3rd career title. Has 3 in a row, shooting in the 5th as well. Negative 4-bagger. He had a very lucky strike in the 2nd frame, a Brooklyn in the 3rd, and then the last 2 have been 10 back. So the dream day continues for Bruketta. Both he and Jacob are going to have a massive mental challenge ahead of them coming up next JBT because they were each re-rated a lot this tournament, and they're each going to be re-rated a whole heck of a lot more in the next tournament. Is Nick well over his 162 JBT average and Jacob well over his 158 JBT average. Both of them went up quite a few pins last tournament, and we're going to go up some more as we have ourselves a ball return issue, I suppose, and they're on it. Meanwhile, to the left there, that's Tanner Spacey and Tristan Curtis in the scratch semifinal, and Tanner's got 3 opens in 5 frames to give Tristan a big early lead. He'll try and jump on it in his 5th frame. That's just the semifinal with the winner to take on Cameron Weir, who's been the scratch top seed most of the day today. While we're waiting on the ball return, we'll get some bonus action from Curtis here. Strike up puts him in the lead by, gosh, almost 40 pins already over there. 30 pins. Bruketta's got his ball back, and he's looking for a 5-bagger here. He's got a 5-bagger, my goodness. Now he's bowling so well that he's got himself a decision to make. He shot 730 his first 3 games and then cooled off considerably. After the 730 start, it was 180, 160, 180, 180, 150, but now bouncing back with the 5-bagger here. He's going to be near the scratch level. Nick's big Achilles heel is he's got a very powerful strike ball, but sometimes the spares have been a little suspect, and sometimes keeping the ball on line has been obviously that not a problem today. He has torn up this Route 66 lane pattern. Played pretty scoreable. The cut was plus 18 in the handicap today. These bowlers have no fear of this pattern. It's about a 4-to-1 ratio, but it's got played softer than that today. They essentially create all that oil in the middle into a big puddle of hold, and they're able to break down the track area where there's a good arrow worth of swing, and that's enough even at the handicap level for them to just carve it up, and both of them did all day long. Jacob qualified 2nd at plus 246, so awful good in his own right, only 30 behind Nick when all was said and done. Some lessons from our friend Pat Johns over at Highline, and made back-to-back finals this weekend as a result. 1 previous title. He's got to start striking right now if he wants to win title number 2, and that ball deflected, and now he is dejected because he's got a 5-7 to shoot at. Thanks as always to Gary and his whole team here at Acme. Beautiful bowling center in the south center area. Gorgeous bowling center, actually one of our very favorites all tour wide. Well, Jacob wants to get this ball to the right of the 5 and just kind of have it back up the whole way into the 7. That's the right idea, but it's going to get too much of the 5 there, and the wheels, they be coming off right now as no one has touched Nick all day, and he's in complete cruise control right here. You would never tell a bowler to do this, and I hate to even bring it up, but if he gets up by enough in this match, it's not even to his benefit to continue striking, because it's just more and more handicap that he's losing. Hopefully that thought hasn't even crossed his mind. As a director, it certainly crosses my mind. Looking for 6 in a row. Yeah, you bet. And number one, it's not crossing his mind as you heard him go, come on, wanting that strike. And screw my handicap, I want to shoot 290 in the title match. Nick won the Summer Sweepers in Tacoma last month. We could tell that he was going to be a factor coming in. Had a good spring as well to finish up last season. He always does that little practice swing with his ball. Try and get the feel for it and then repeat it exactly once you have the ball in your hand. Kind of like a practice swing when you're putting in golf. You betcha. Wow, my goodness. Much good bowling as he's done today. I thought that the title match he might be a little bit shaky because he was so strong in the first three, but fairly ordinary in the five after that. Again, look at this scorecard here. I mean, no one's going to beat that for the first three on a 160 average, but again, look at that after that. You know, completely beatable numbers from there. But somehow he's found a second win here in the title match, and poor Jacob, there's nothing he can do about it at this point. Say a helpless feeling, but second place and a top five yesterday is going to put him way near the top of the points list early on. And of course, it is early on. We bowl about 20 tournaments in a season in each conference. It's only 2, but I always say a point earned in August is just as valuable as a point earned in June, so you never know. The Handicap Division Bowler of the Year race came down to 12 points last year. I think Max had something like 1,010 and Kelsey had like 998 or something, very near those numbers. So you get every little point you possibly can, and that's another factor here why Nick doesn't want to bag this game. And maybe he's thinking about that is you can get high game points all the way through the title match. You get the 5 highest games of the day, you get 25, 20, 15, 10, and 5 points respectively. So he could well be putting up another high game right here, which is well worth another pin of handicap going away. It's there. Well, Larry. Go! Nick Bruketta would be the only person in the building to have carried that today, and he almost got that one even to fall. Before we started recording, he left the 610 and something rolled around and got the 6 and somehow collapsed into the 10 before the rack got there. When it's your day, it's your day. Man, no trouble at the spare as well. 259 scratch with strike spare would put him at 292 with his handicap. What was that old Billy Joel song? Say goodbye to handicap. Say goodbye, Bruketta. You too, Tommy McNeil. Say goodbye to handicap. You average 220. Hey, look, the point is to knock over the bins, and he practiced all summer. If you're better than last time we saw you, more power to you. That's the point of it. We'll re-rate you accordingly. Striking the 10th. Speaking of McNeil, I don't think I caught him quite on camera last time. He finished third today, had a very nice run up the step ladder. It was Brandon Drake in 4th place, his first career top 5, and Andy Herman had a red hot TPC, backed it up with the top 5 today. So we'll be back later with Cam on Cam with the Sam Cam. We'll tell you more about that in the scratch title match coming up next. Be sure to watch all of our videos here at our YouTube channel, JBT 900. We'll stay with Nick for one last shot here. So he'll be in the 250s. Self-round of applause and well deserved. Kevin's reaction? Jeez.
Got you 280 in handicap.